So hi and welcome back to Skye. Now first I should probably apologise for not having posted anything for several weeks. I just have lost inspiration. I haven't been motivated to get out. I just have lost my photographic mojos. And because I'm not inspired by the landscape, which to be honest often happens in the summer because it's my least favourite time to shoot wider landscape images, I'm going to look at shooting some details, some of the streams, some of the amazing colours that you find along the banks and in the rocks and under the surface, and see if that can inspire me to get shooting again. So let's take a walk along and see what we can find. Now, there are many ways that you can try and kickstart your photography or your creativity, and I've tried almost all of them over the years. A favourite way is to travel to new locations, or even better, go abroad to some amazing location, but that's not an option for me at the moment, and it's probably not an option for a lot of people because of the way fuel prices are going. Now, another way is to try different subjects. I'm just not feeling that at the moment. I could try some macro or try some wildlife, and I have done some of that over the last few weeks, but it's not really where my heart is. So I've come back out into the landscape, and I need to find subjects that I know will work, but try and see them in a new way. Now, I'm not suggesting that I'm going to come up with some revolutionary picture that's going to completely change the way I take photographs, but it's just try and kickstart my creativity and get me back into the habit of getting out and shooting again. So I found a really nice subject here, just a line of rocks in the water that are almost reddy brown, with some amazing algae underneath the water, which is a vibrant green, which I can bring out using a polarizer. And then I'll probably use a 6-stop ND to slow the shutter speed down to 6 or 10 seconds. But first of all, I need to finalise my composition, and I think it's an upright with the line of rocks leading up to the top left of the image. So let's just have a look at that. Excuse the upright video, but it's not quite the same as the full 35mm frame, but it's something around there. Now I'm just going to pop on the filter and see what we can get. So I've got one image in the bag. I'm going to walk further along and see if I can find some more subjects that can kickstart my creativity. So it was bright and sunny, and occasional bits of cloud, but now looking up there, the cloud is coming in again, so that's not a bad thing for the images, but might be a bad thing for the rain and the wind. So let's walk a bit further along and see what we can find. So the rain, as I thought, turned up. That didn't last too long, and while it was raining I had to look around and found another subject. It's this little bend in the river here where there's a small cascade and some amazing colours. So I love the way the water flows down and then turns around to the left, and there's some green algae on the rocks just beneath the surface, which I think, as long as the sun doesn't come out, I can take the sheen off the water with the polarizer and get an amazing colour. So I'm going to stay here for a while, fine tune my composition and hopefully get another shot. So I'm pretty sure that works really well. The composition works quite nicely. It's quite dynamic in that the water isn't all flowing in one direction. The colours look amazing, and I'm glad that the cloud is still stayed overhead, because if the sun came out it would create too much contrast. So I'm really happy with that. I think it's time to move on and get further up the river. So I found this amazing rock in the middle of a waterfall, and just to cap it all off, there's a beautiful reddish brown rocks along the back where it's been stained with iron, and it's just a beautiful contrast between the water, the black jagged rock in the water itself, and then the browny reddish rocks in the background. So I'm going to try this with and without the ND filter. So I think I can get about a ½ second exposure without the ND filter, and about a 15 to 25 second exposure with it. So I'll try both, see which works, and I think this is my favourite shot of the day so far. It's just a beautiful contrast, and I think I've got my mojo back. I'm really quite enjoying this. So I'm going to get back to this, see if there are any more. There might be another shot just a few feet away, so I'll finish this shot and wander down there and see whether I can get another shot. So I've just come away from the river, just so you can hear me a bit better, away from the roar. So I've just spent 3 or 4 hours, just lost myself in details in the landscape, and I can't tell you how good it is to get back into the swing of taking photographs. I find quite often it's going to somewhere familiar, somewhere that you know you're going to get some good images, and just concentrating on that, forgetting everything else that's going on in the world and going on in your life. Hey, there's quite enough of that, and that allows you to really hone your creativity and just fall in love with photography again. So I hope you've enjoyed the video, and if you have, please join me again when I'll be shooting on Skye or in the Highlands. So take care, and I'll see you later.